The moment that changed everything. Imagine this. You check your bank account and it says $10,000. That's all you have. Every dollar, every cent. Most people would clutch onto that money like it was their lifeline. But one guy, he gave it away. Every last penny. Not because he was rich, not because he had millions waiting for him. No, he did it because he believed in something bigger than himself. And in that moment, something happened. That single act set off a chain reaction that would make him a household name, a billionaire in the making, and the most unstoppable force YouTube has ever seen. This is the story of how Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast, went from broke to building a billion-dollar empire. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at success the same way again. Jimmy wasn't a millionaire when he gave away that first $10,000. In fact, he was just a regular kid from North Carolina, obsessed with one question: how do you go viral? He didn't have fancy equipment, no connections, no investors, just an idea, a crazy idea. What if giving was the key to getting? Most people wait for a sign. They wait until they're rich, successful, or ready before they take big risks. But Jimmy, he didn't wait. He knew that the fastest way to grow wasn't to take, it was to give. And so, he made a choice that most people wouldn't dare make. But before we go further, let me tell you about Edmund, a 23-year-old software engineer who moved to Dubai with nothing but $500 and a dream. No job, no connections, no safety net. Just one belief: if I give more value than I take, the universe will find a way to repay me. For the first 3 months, Edmund struggled. He couch surfed, ate instant noodles, and applied to over 200 jobs. All rejections. Then something crazy happened. One day, he attended a networking event. Broke, desperate, and hungry, he made an insane decision. He offered to build a full-stack website for a millionaire entrepreneur for free. People called him insane. His family thought he was wasting his last bit of money. But Edmund? He believed in the long game. A week later, the entrepreneur loved the website, so much so that he introduced Edmund to his entire business network. 6 months later, Edmund wasn't just employed, he was running a 6-figure web development agency in Dubai. One decision, one crazy leap of faith. Just like MrBeast's $10,000 giveaway, it was not about losing money, it was about positioning himself for something bigger. And that's how winners think. MrBeast didn't just talk about doing something different, he actually did it. And what did he do? He gave away $10,000 to a complete stranger. Think about that for a second. Most people spend months debating whether they should buy a $100 course. Most creators hoard their money, waiting until they're big enough to reinvest. MrBeast did the opposite. He put everything on the line, knowing there was a chance it could all go to waste. But here's the crazy part. It worked. That video blew up. The internet couldn't believe it. A random teenager giving away thousands of dollars? Who does that? And that's exactly why people clicked. See, the secret to success isn't just working hard. It's doing what no one else is willing to do. While others were making gaming videos, vlogs, and reaction content, Jimmy was crafting a completely new genre of YouTube. A genre where giving was the entertainment. You'd think that after making his first million, he'd slow down. But no. Instead of cashing out, he did something that 99% of people would never do. He reinvested every single dollar back into his videos. Most YouTubers, they hit $1 million and they buy a mansion, a Ferrari, designer clothes. But MrBeast, he spent it all on making bigger and better content. Why? Because he understood one fundamental truth. The moment you stop reinvesting, you stop growing. Every viral video fueled the next. Every dollar he made was a seed for something bigger. And today, he's not just a YouTuber, he's an empire. Wait, what? He turned down $1 billion? Yes, because MrBeast isn't playing for money, he's playing for legacy. Most people think short-term. They want quick cash, overnight success, instant results. MrBeast thinks in decades. That's the difference between those who become rich and those who become legendary. You're probably wondering, what does this mean for you? What if I told you that you have the same opportunity MrBeast had when he started? The internet is your playground. You don't need money, you need boldness. The game rewards those who take massive action. So the real question is, what's stopping you? A special thank you to you. And before we wrap up, I just want to take a moment to thank you. Every single view, every like, every comment, it means the world. If you've made it this far, I have one simple request. Hit that subscribe button. Why? Because this is just the beginning. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I know we can do it together. Because remember, the ones who obsess the longest always win. Jimmy Donaldson wasn't like other kids his age. At 13, while his classmates were busy playing video games, scrolling through social media, or hanging out at the mall, Jimmy was doing something different, something that most people would never understand. He was studying YouTube like it was a science. He wasn't just watching videos for fun. No, he was analyzing them, frame by frame, title by title, thumbnail by thumbnail. He would whisper video titles under his breath, testing different words, playing around with how they sounded. Would someone click on this? Is this intriguing enough? What makes this thumbnail different from the rest?
Millions of views, thousands of new subscribers, a flood of engagement. For the first time, he cracked the YouTube code. Why? Because he did what no one else was willing to do. Most people dream about success. Obsessed people create it. That's the difference. Most people want to be great but aren't willing to fail 100 times. Most people want 1 million subscribers but aren't willing to study for years. Most people want the rewards but they don't want the work. Jimmy was different. He wasn't just willing to put in the work, he loved it. And that's why he won. Right now, you might be in the same place Jimmy was years ago. Maybe you're trying to build something, a business, a brand, a YouTube channel, a skill. But the results aren't coming fast enough. Let me tell you something. That's normal. Success is a long game. It's not supposed to happen overnight. But if you stay obsessed long enough, if you keep showing up when others quit, if you commit to mastering your craft, you will win. A special thank you to you. And before we wrap up, I just want to take a moment to thank you. Right now, we've just passed 100 views on this channel. Now, I know that might not sound like much, but to me, it's everything. Because every great journey starts at 0. And you're part of something special. This isn't just a channel. This is a movement for people who are obsessed with success. A movement for those who refuse to quit. A movement for the next generation of greats. So if you've made it this far, I have one simple request. Hit that subscribe button. Why? Because this is just the beginning. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers. And I know we can do it. Together. He had one question in his mind. A question that would change everything. How do you get millions of people to watch a video? For years he had been creating videos, some fun, some weird, some downright absurd. But none of them were blowing up the way he wanted. He wasn't just looking for a little success. He wasn't satisfied with 10,000 views, or even 100,000. No, he wanted millions. He wanted to create content that was so irresistible, so impossible to ignore, that people couldn't help but click. So, he went back to work. He noticed something. Every viral video had something in common. It wasn't just good content, it was psychology. The fear of missing out, the curiosity gap, the power of unexpected generosity. Jimmy realized something most YouTubers never figure out. Viral videos don't happen by accident, they are engineered. And so he became obsessed with learning how. It started with an idea, a stupid, ridiculous, crazy idea. Jimmy looked at his screen, took a deep breath, and said, "What if I counted to 100,000 in one sitting?" His friends laughed. Who would watch that? But Jimmy knew better. Because he had cracked something. The key to virality wasn't just making a cool video, it was making people curious. Would he actually do it? Could he even finish? How long would it take? People had to find out. So he hit record and started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, for 40 hours straight, no food, no real breaks, just pure determination. At some point, his voice started cracking, his throat felt raw, his eyes burned from exhaustion, but he refused to stop. Because he knew, this was bigger than just a video, this was about proving something. Most people say they want to be successful, but when it gets painful, when it gets boring, when it gets exhausting, they quit. Jimmy didn't, because he understood one simple truth. Virality belongs to those who push beyond where everyone else stops, and then boom, viral. Views skyrocket, subscribers flood in, the internet goes crazy. Jimmy finally cracked the code, but instead of celebrating, he went back to work. Because now he had another question. How do I do it again? He dissected his viral video like a scientist. Why did people watch? Where did they click off? What made them stay? And he discovered something insane. The most successful videos had 4 things. 1. A hook that grabs you immediately. Within the first 5 seconds, people had to be hooked. No fluff, no introductions, just pure intrigue. 2. A story that builds suspense. People don't just watch videos, they follow a journey. Every second had to make them ask, what happens next? 3. Emotional connection. If people didn't feel something, they'd click away. Excitement, shock, laughter, inspiration, something had to hit them. 4. An ending that leaves them wanting more. The best videos didn't just end, they made you hungry for the next one. Jimmy mastered this formula, and then he started pushing it further. His next viral videos followed the same structure but with higher stakes. Reading the entire dictionary, giving away thousands of dollars to random people, surviving 24 hours on a deserted island. Every video was crazier than the last. And it worked. 10 million views, 100 million views, 200 million subscribers. The world had never seen anything like it. So, what does this mean for you? Most people think success is luck. It's not. It's a science that can be learned, studied, and mastered. If you're trying to grow your brand, your business, your content, you don't need talent. You don't need millions of dollars. You just need to understand human psychology, curiosity, emotion, suspense. The formula never changes. And if you use it, anything is possible. And I know we can do it together. Because remember, the ones who learn the rules of virality are the ones who change the game. Hey, sir, I just want to give you $10,000. What? Is this a joke? Most people think giving away money means losing money, but MrBeast proved the opposite. Most YouTubers who made money flexed it. Expensive watches, luxury cars, massive mansions. They wanted to prove their success. But Jimmy? He did something no one expected. He gave everything away. Not because he wanted people to feel bad for him, not because he thought it was the right thing to do, but because he saw something no one else did. He realized that giving was the ultimate hack to building an empire. It started small. At first, Jimmy wasn't rich. He couldn't just throw money around. But one day, after making a bit of ad revenue, he had a crazy idea. What if I took all the money I made from this video and just gave it to someone random? At first it was $10,000 to a homeless man. Then it was $50,000 to a struggling family. Then it was $100,000 to random strangers. Each time the videos blew up. Why? Because people love watching generosity. It was the opposite of what they expected. The internet is flooded with negativity, scandals, drama, fights. People are used to seeing the worst in others, but then comes MrBeast, flipping the script. Instead of showing off, instead of making it about himself, he made other people the star of the show. And that changed everything. Hey man, I just want to give you $10,000. What? I just want to help. Here, it's all yours. That day, something clicked in Jimmy's mind. This wasn't just about views, this was about impact. The video exploded not because people wanted to see a rich guy handing out cash, but because it made them feel something. Most people thought Jimmy was throwing money away, that he'd eventually go broke. But what they didn't realize was, every dollar he gave away made people click even more. More views, more engagement, more ad revenue, more sponsorships, more money to give away. It became a cycle. Give away money, get more views, more ad revenue, give away more money. Repeat until you own YouTube. While other YouTubers focused on spending their money on themselves, Jimmy focused on investing it into his audience. And guess what? It worked. After his first successful giveaways, Jimmy started thinking bigger. If giving away $10,000 could get millions of views, what if he gave away a house, a car, a private island? And so he did. He bought an entire grocery store and gave everything away for free. He walked into a car dealership and bought every single car, then handed out the keys. He gave a fan an actual island. With every giveaway, his audience grew. Because people couldn't look away. They weren't just watching a YouTube video. They were watching lives change. Most YouTubers burn out. They go viral for a year or two, then disappear. But Jimmy, he built an empire. If you apply these 5 lessons, your life will change. Do you know how many times MrBeast's channel almost failed before he figured out his formula? Answer: over 5 years of trial and error before his first major viral hit. Lesson: success isn't instant, it's built, piece by piece, over years. Lesson: success isn't overnight, it's a long game. MrBeast is just getting started. His goal? To build an empire bigger than Disney. And if history has taught us anything, it's this: the ones who obsess the longest always win. When most creators reach the top, they slow down. They take their foot off the gas, they get comfortable, they enjoy their millions. But Jimmy? He's just getting warmed up. He doesn't want to be a YouTuber, he wants to be a media empire. A real-life Willy Wonka, turning imagination into reality. Feastables isn't just a chocolate company, it's the start of a global brand. MrBeast Burger wasn't just a stunt, it was a blueprint for the future of food. And now, he's working on a billion-dollar production company. Most people would have sold and retired. But Jimmy knows something others don't. The real prize isn't money, it's impact. Right now, someone watching this video is at a crossroads. Maybe you're grinding on something, but no one is watching. Maybe you've been trying, but it feels like nothing is working. Maybe deep down, you wonder if you should quit. But here's the truth. The only difference between you and MrBeast? Time and obsession. Jimmy wasn't special, he wasn't born a genius, he didn't have rich parents, he just refused to quit. Are you willing to do the same? So here's the question. What's stopping you from creating your own legacy? Answer: over 5 years of trial and error before his first major viral hit. Lesson: success isn't instant, it's built piece by piece over years. If you're still watching, you're part of something bigger. You're not just a viewer, you're a future success story. Hit that subscribe button, it's your story. He used his viral success to launch Feastables, his chocolate company, MrBeast Burger, his fast food chain, massive sponsorship deals with brands fighting to work with him. And why did brands love him? Because he had trust. When MrBeast recommended something, people actually listened. Why? Because they knew he wasn't in it for himself. The secret isn't just giving away money, it's showing people you actually care. And when you care, people support you. So, what's the lesson here? Most people chase money. Most people flex wealth. But the ones who win, they understand that giving is the ultimate flex. Generosity builds trust. Trust builds an audience. An audience builds an empire. And MrBeast, he proved that when you give selflessly, the world gives back tenfold. I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Right now, this channel just passed 100 views. That might not seem like much, but trust me, it's huge. Because every big YouTuber, every single one of them, started at 0. And if you're still here watching until the end, you're part of something bigger. Hit that subscribe button, because this is just the beginning. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and when we do, we're going even bigger. Because those who understand the power of giving are the ones who change the world. Across the table, a billionaire investor leans forward. He slides a document across the table. We're offering you $1 billion for your channel, your brand, everything. $1 billion, Jimmy. What do you say? Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no. Are you serious? Do you understand what this means? You could retire today, never work again. Yeah, but then I couldn't keep building, and that's more than $1 billion to me. And that was the moment they realized. MrBeast wasn't just another YouTuber, he was something else entirely. Most YouTubers take their earnings and spend it. Fancy cars, exotic vacations, multi-million-dollar mansions. Jimmy, he did the complete opposite. Instead of cashing out, he reinvested everything. Every dollar he made went straight back into making bigger, crazier, and more viral videos. And this was the game changer. While other YouTubers were thinking short-term, Jimmy was playing the long game. It wasn't always easy. There was a time when MrBeast was nearly broke. He had a choice: play it safe and keep his money. Risk it all and reinvest every penny into something insanely big. And he chose risk. That's when he made his first big giveaway video. Instead of keeping his YouTube earnings, he gave it all away. $10,000, then $50,000, then $100,000. People thought he was insane, but what they didn't realize was he was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. Each time he gave away more money, something incredible happened. His audience exploded. More views, more subscribers, more revenue. And with each cycle, his videos got bigger, crazier, more viral. Then one day, it clicked. He figured out the formula. The secret wasn't just spending more money. It was about creating the ultimate viral experience. Big stakes, life-changing money, huge giveaways. Emotional impact, real people, raw reactions. Curiosity gap. Titles that made people desperate to click. Extreme challenges, things no one else would dare to do. And most importantly, he never stopped reinvesting. While other YouTubers made $1 million and spent it, Jimmy made $1 million and spent $10 million. Because he knew something they didn't. The bigger the investment, the bigger the return. At this point, MrBeast wasn't just a YouTuber. He was running a multi-million-dollar company. And here's the crazy part, most people don't even realize just how massive his operation is. Behind every viral video, there was a full team of writers, editors, and producers, a dedicated analytics team studying every video frame by frame, a brainstorming squad constantly coming up with the next big idea, multiple filming crews working in different locations. This wasn't a one-man show. This was a corporation. Why would someone turn down $1 billion? Because Jimmy wasn't just building a YouTube channel, he was building an empire. The brand deals, he owned them. The merchandise, he controlled it. The businesses, they were his, not some investors. Most YouTubers sell out. Jimmy, he doubled down. Because he wasn't chasing fast money, he was playing for legacy. And that's why he'll be YouTube's first billionaire. Most people think YouTube is just about ad revenue. Not Jimmy. He turned his brand into an empire. Feastables, his chocolate company, MrBeast Burger, a fast food chain with global reach. Massive sponsorships with the biggest brands on the planet. Each one, a money printing machine. Why? Because he built trust. When MrBeast promotes something, people listen. Not because he's famous, but because he's proven time and time again, he puts his audience first. He wasn't thinking small. He wasn't playing safe. He was building something the world had never seen before. Most people chase money. The smartest people, they chase impact. And when you chase impact, money follows. That's why MrBeast isn't just a YouTuber, he's a future billionaire. It's going to be even crazier. He's tried, he's uploaded videos, he's put in effort, yet no views, no engagement, no success. Then he stumbles upon a clip of MrBeast giving advice to small creators. If you're not obsessed with this, you won't make it. You have to want it more than anything. No plan B. Something clicks. This isn't about luck, this isn't about talent, this is about pure, relentless obsession. That night, the young creator makes a decision. He's going all in. And that's the first rule of the MrBeast formula. Most people think success is about having a good idea. It's not. Success is about relentless obsession. When MrBeast started, he wasn't just interested in YouTube, he was obsessed. Every waking hour he was studying, analyzing, and creating. He wasn't partying, he wasn't playing video games, he wasn't watching TV, he was all in. Most people, they try something for a few weeks, don't see results, and quit. Jimmy? He spent years with no results. Ask yourself, am I treating my goals like an obsession or just a hobby? If it's not an obsession, it won't work. He realized something most people ignore. Success isn't just about making good content, it's about understanding what makes people watch. The key to virality? It's not luck, it's psychology. MrBeast figured out how the human brain works. The fear of missing out, FOMO. You won't believe what happens next. The curiosity gap. What happens if you count to 100,000? Let's find out. Unexpected generosity. Giving away $1,000 to strangers. Most people make content they think is good. MrBeast, he makes content people can't ignore. Ask yourself, am I creating something that triggers curiosity, excitement, or emotion? Most creators ask before they give. Subscribe to my channel, buy my course, follow me. MrBeast, he flips it. Instead of taking, he gives first, and that's why people follow him. Give money away, give people houses, give them cars. And what happened? More people watched, more sponsors lined up, more money poured in. When you give value first, people can't ignore you. What insane value can I provide before asking for anything in return? Most people, they'd celebrate, buy a car, take a vacation, upgrade their lifestyle. Jimmy? He spent it all on his next video. Instead of spending on luxury, he spent on growth. Every dollar went back into making bigger, better videos. That's why while other YouTubers were buying Rolexes, Jimmy was buying better cameras, more editing power, bigger production teams. And that is why his channel blew up while others stayed the same. Ask yourself, am I investing in growth or just spending to feel good? Most people get comfortable. They find a little success and they stop growing. That's when they lose. Jimmy, he's still obsessed. Because he knows, the second you stop improving, someone else will outwork you. Am I getting better every single day? So here it is, the MrBeast formula, the blueprint to success. Obsession wins. Go all in, no plan B. Master psychology. Learn what makes people tick. Give before you take. Provide insane value first. Reinvest in yourself. Spend on growth, not luxury. Never stop learning. Keep improving or get left behind. If you apply these 5 lessons, your life will change. Do you know how many times MrBeast's channel almost failed before he figured out his formula? Answer: over 5 years of trial and error before his first major viral hit. Lesson: success isn't instant, it's built, piece by piece, over years. Lesson: success isn't overnight, it's a long game. MrBeast is just getting started. His goal? To build an empire bigger than Disney. And if history has taught us anything, it's this: the ones who obsess the longest always win. When most creators reach the top, they slow down. They take their foot off the gas, they get comfortable, they enjoy their millions. But Jimmy? He's just getting warmed up. He doesn't want to be a YouTuber, he wants to be a media empire. A real-life Willy Wonka, turning imagination into reality. Feastables isn't just a chocolate company, it's the start of a global brand. MrBeast Burger wasn't just a stunt, it was a blueprint for the future of food. And now, he's working on a billion-dollar production company. Most people would have sold and retired. But Jimmy knows something others don't. The real prize isn't money, it's impact. Right now, someone watching this video is at a crossroads. Maybe you're grinding on something, but no one is watching. Maybe you've been trying, but it feels like nothing is working. Maybe deep down, you wonder if you should quit. But here's the truth. The only difference between you and MrBeast? Time and obsession. Jimmy wasn't special. He wasn't born a genius. He didn't have rich parents. He just refused to quit. Are you willing to do the same? So here's the question. What's stopping you from creating your own legacy? Answer: over 5 years of trial and error before his first major viral hit. Lesson: success isn't instant. It's built piece by piece over years. If you're still watching, you're part of something bigger. You're not just a viewer, you're a future success story. Hit that subscribe button, it's your story.